Hello there everybody, this is PinstripeParagon, and today I'm going to be playing some Spyro the Dragon. So, if you've been following my channel for a while, you probably know that I'm a huge fan of the Spyro series, and that I have done an LP of this before. So why am I going back to it today? Well, there's a few reasons why. One, I just need something, you know, nice and short to sort of get me back into the swing of things with YouTube. And overall, I've just become a better YouTuber since I first did that. Got a new microphone, new capture device from what I previously recorded with anyway. So, overall, it's just going to be, you know, better quality, which is something I really strive for. So, yeah. In the world of dragons. Oh, yeah.
Okay, rolling.
Oh, it's been peaceful here in the Five Worlds, or is it 6? For a dragon's age. We now have 12,000 treasure, or is it 14,000?
What about this Ganasty Gnorc character? Now, I understand he's found a magic spell to turn gems into warriors for his cause.
I'll take that question. Nasty Gnorc is a simple creature. Simple! He has been contained in a remote world and is no threat to the Dragon Kingdom. No threat! Besides, he is ugly. That does it!
Looks like I've got some things to do.
So, yeah, all the dragons became crystallized, and it's our job to save them, as well as collect the treasure, and defeat Nasty Gnorc. So, a couple of notes. I really love the music to this game, and I'm an okay speedrunner at the game.
Thank you for releasing me, Spyro. Free 10 dragons in the Artisan world. Then find the balloonist. He'll transport you to the next world.
What about Nasty Gnorc? I'm going after him.
Find dragons first. That's all I can tell you.
And my buddy, Digital Masterpieces, someone inspired me to come back to this game. I was watching his playthrough of the game, which he just recently finished up. Nice playthrough, buddy. And I thought, you know, I'm trying to get more consistent. I need a nice game, nice and short, that I can just, you know, get back to. But part of the problem with my inconsistency has also been Fallout 4. I'm not afraid to admit it. It's a really fun game, but I can't edit and play Fallout 4 at the same time. There are a lot of games where I could do that, but here's the problem. Fallout 4 I'm playing on the PC. So, you know, if I'm editing on the PC, how am I going to play Fallout 4 and vice versa? So, that kind of thing. Here's Delbin.
Where's Nasty Gnorc? I'll torch him.
Keep your horns on, Spyro! You have much to learn first. Do you know what the dragonfly following you is doing? His name is Sparks, and he's helping and protecting you. Keep an eye on him and see what I mean.
That reminds me, I never went over the controls because, well, quite frankly, a lot of the time I'm playing this game, I'm usually speedrunning, so I'm like hardly talking as it is. But if you jump on all these platforms, you unlock the flight level, Sunny Flight. So, I'm not going to do this like level by level, because otherwise it would just take way too long. So I'm just going to do as many as I can in a, you know, decent amount of time. Normally what I would do is I'd complete the home world first, but Sunny Flight won't take too long, so. Oh my god, but this is probably my favorite flight level. Not just because it's the easiest one, but because I really love the song to it too. You know, I love most of the songs to this game though, so that's kind of a problem. Not really, but it's like, I'll say a lot of things are my favorite throughout the entire game. Just you wait and see. You saw that, right? I totally flamed him. I'll get a frame by frame going there and just see what happens. Whoa, there were like 2 of them. Holy crap. Alright, got one more. Where is he? He's right there. Alright, now we gotta get the arches. So I'm gonna start the arches, but I'm gonna head straight for the treasure chests as well. They're in a cave over this way. Yeah. So I'm thinking like I will end up replaying more Spyro games. I mean, I do plan to do more, like, you know, Enter the Dragonfly, although it is a very bad game. But I was actually going to do that like a while ago, but my copy of the game broke, and I really don't know if it was the PS2 or the game itself. I could play it on the GameCube, I guess, but it just won't be as much fun, honestly. I prefer to play a Spyro game on a Sony console just because of the controller. I mean, that's not to say I would play every single game on a Sony console because of the controller, but because I've been playing Fallout 4 with an Xbox One controller. But you know, just sticking to the roots and all, you know, it's just the way I prefer to play Spyro. What can I say? I mean, that GameCube controller is totally different. So, alrighty. Finish Sunny Flight. Pretty easy. You just gotta have to know the path for it. Some of the flight levels later can get way more complicated. Now, as you can see, these enemies respawn once you come back to the home world, or really any level for that matter. But if you hit them, they will drop these little orbs, and basically once you get all these orbs around Spyro's head up there, you get a 1-up. That's one of the ways to do it. Or you could just find them out in the wild. To be honest, they give way too...
Hey, Spyro, press the jump button twice to glide. And don't be afraid.
Afraid? Of what?
Falling from high mountain peaks? Plummeting into prehistoric glaciers?
Oh, that.
So, we got a couple areas left to go through in the home world, but once I clear out this little section, I will be heading into the first real level. Well, really it should be Stone Hill, but I'm not the biggest fan of Stone Hill, honestly. Yes, it's kind of memorable, just because of the fact that, you know, it is one of the first levels you should see in the game. But I like Town Square better. I mean, there's a lot of reasons why. The music's one of them. But then again, the music for Stone Hill's okay. I mean, it doesn't kill your ears, but I like Town Square, so going to it. I just have so many memories of playing this as a kid. Like, I just love this game to death. No words can describe the love I have for Spyro the Dragon. Well, through Hero's Tale, I did really like the Game Boy Advance games. Which I should probably play those sometime. It's just, I'm not that big a fan of emulators, and honestly, it'd be kind of hard to play that on a emulator if you ask me.
Welcome to Town Square, Spyro. Begin exploring by gliding to that area with the bulls. Use the L2 and R2 buttons to get a good look.
Didn't we just save that guy? I thought that was Nestor, but oh well. Fun fact, if you're trying to speedrun the game, it's probably best to not save that dragon in the beginning, like as you know, first spawn into the world. The reason why is because that is an unskippable cutscene. Most of these dragons you can skip, like what they have to say, except that one. Probably because he tells you the objective.
Thanks, Spyro. I had the worst itch on the tip of my wing. Oh, did you know that you get your longest glides by pressing X at the very top of your jump?
I guess that's true. I've never really noticed. But another fun fact, you can kill the bulls one of 2 ways. You can charge them like this and they're stuck there for the, you know, rest of the time you're in the level. Or you could just do that to finally finish them off. Or you could do that to begin with. I mean, it's up to you. Charging is much faster. But we're not going to head to the right. Because if we head this way, we can catch an egg thief. Pretty easy to catch. You just kind of have to charge at him and then flame. That's the best way to do it. Instead of going around the whole level a bunch of times. You know, just do that and you can get him pretty easily. So, I believe this level has like, what? 4 dragons. Yeah. Wait. Yeah, 4 dragons and 200 gems. So, pretty cool level, I must say. I enjoy it a lot. Really, the only tricky part about it is just that thief. Because if you mess up, you're gonna be on a wild goose chase for a while. So, you know, just keep your eyes open for that thief, I guess. They're always in the same spot, so I wouldn't worry too much about them. There's actually an interesting glitch that you can do here. It basically makes Spyro invincible. I'm not going to show it off yet, but if you look up Mikey Taylor Gaming's glitch picnic episode for this game, he shows it pretty well. Basically, you lose sparks, but then you get hit by that ball right as you're getting into this cutscene here. And essentially, you're invincible.
Thank you for releasing
Weren't you just outside? I don't know, Thor. You really lost your tone, I guess. Here we go. Yeah, we're already at the end of the level. For the most part, this game is really short, if you think about it. And if you know your way around the game, it doesn't take that long at all. But it's still a very fun and enjoyable game from my childhood that just helps me relieve stress, really.
Spyro, did you see a man dressed in blue running around here? He's a thief, and he's stolen a dragon egg. You've got to track him down and get that egg. Run! Run! I'm getting a little winded.
See, we're already at 7 dragons, and I literally just started the game 12 minutes ago. It's crazy. Just crazy. So, a lot of people say that, like, Spyro 2 and 3 are their favorites, and, you know, that's pretty understandable. Personally, though, I think my order would probably go, 3, 1, and 2. A bit of an odd order, probably, for some. I mean, don't get me wrong, people still love Spyro 1, but they consider, like, their least favorite out of the original trilogy a lot.
Cool Flash, do that again.
The Artisan's boss has threw a portal behind me. You can challenge him now, if you feel you are ready.
But personally, I did not like the... Okay, so yeah, that's the boss, Toasty. You have to complete one level that's not Sunny Flight in order to get in there. But what was I saying? The reason why I don't put 2 up as high as most people would is just because of how bad I was at the game as a kid. So I don't have as much nostalgia, but I still remember like how pretty much everything in that game goes, if that makes sense. There are always these missions in the game, and if you watch my Spyro 2 Let's Play, you can, you know, I'll probably end up mentioning them throughout the game, like which ones I hated the most. Especially the one in Fracture Hills. I have a very not so happy memory of when I didn't know I had to have the ability to ground pound, head bash, I don't know. And so I had to do one of the missions, which is probably the most tedious and annoying mission in the game, all over again, the second time. And, not fun. But, just another memory I have of this game, I guess it's more of the soundtrack. I use this a lot in my media class in high school. Like the soundtrack. Like I remember using this for like a PSA video.
Spyro, want to know a secret?
Use the triangle button when you want to zoom in and look around.
Oh, your secret's safe with me.
Not to mention, I still have this whole soundtrack on my phone. Because it's just that good. And Spyro 3 as well. Don't get me wrong, Spyro 2 has got a really good soundtrack as well. It's just, again, wasn't as nostalgic for me as 1 and 3. But, I mean, I still played all the games extensively as a kid. So I know my way around, to say the least. Yeah, I kind of grew up with Spyro. Like, this game came out in what, 1998? And then I think they were each released like the next year, which is pretty impressive for the quality of games that, you know, these are. I mean, same with Crash Bandicoot. You know, those games were released like 96 through 98, I think.
Oh, it's you. I wasn't sure if you'd escape those annoying little creatures. Of course, they wouldn't bother me, but here's a hint. Metal armor is fireproof, but a charge attack will take care of them.
I don't know why, but I always thought that was Spyro's dad. Because that's like the only other purple dragon in the entire dragon realm, or whatever this place is called. So, yeah, that's what I thought. But I highly doubt that's the case. I mean, there's always Legend of Spyro series, you know, that stuff's canon, right? I mean, I've never really gotten that far into a Legend of Spyro game. I really want to give them another try, though. I mean, I love action RPGs, which that is basically more of, from what I can gather, I guess. I'm not sure. But, I played a little bit of the first one as a kid, but it just wasn't for me. I loved Hero's Tale, which was also a step away from, Spyro at the time, but it was still like a typical platformer collectathon game.
Big enemies like this Gnorc with the club cannot be charged, but a quick flame, that should defeat them.
And then, yeah, after that I just sort of gave up on the series, especially when Skylanders came out. I was like, what? I was tempted in getting a Skylanders game, honestly, but then I was like, no, don't do it. So I didn't. And you know what? That's going to do it for today's part. We finished like nearly half of the first homeworld. Before I leave, though, I'm just going to collect the last like 16 or so gems, just so we're clear. So next time we'll be heading to Stonehill, Toasty, and probably starting the next homeworld as well. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed watching as much as I enjoyed making the video. And later days.